Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the terrifying Phantom Majin Hirudegarn, and this is it's a transforming Hirudegarn, and he will start in Hirudegarn and then become Hirudegarn perfect form. So movie bosses or Res Warriors lead of 170% with a extra 30% for characters who belong to legendary existence or transformation boost. He will raise defense permanently on his super attack and will activate the entrance animation upon character entry once only and give an additional key +3 attack and defense of 100% and a high chance of crit for 5 turns from his entry. He then has attack and defense of 200% plus an additional attack of 100% when attacking, and has a great chance of evading the enemy's attack including super attack, great chance being 70%, which is pretty good. Then launches an additional attack that has a great chance, again 70%, of becoming a super attack within the same turn after evading an attack, including super attacks, and then has an additional defense of 10%, up to 50% in total with each attack evaded, including super attack. So right now, a really good unit, without even discussing the transformation skill or anything like that. Really lots of good stuff in that kit. Does a little bit of everything. Very sound defensively, of course. In events that disable evasion, not great, but still solid through the defensive raising. Then we have, of course, Brutal Beatdown, Berserker, Big Bad Bosses, Revival, Nightmare, Fear and Faith, and Fierce Battle. And he's on Res Warriors, Movie Bosses, Transformation Boost, Time Travelers, Planetary Destruction, Storied Figures, and Legendary Existence, which is all pretty good. When you do transform into Hirudegarn perfect form, it is from the 3rd turn if HP is 70% or less, or from the 6th turn. Hirudegarn perfect form is obviously greatly raising attack on his super attack, but the passive changes a lot. Key +3 attack and defense of 250%, with an additional attack of 150% when attacking. He then gets an additional attack and defense of 100% when attacking in the first slot, which is pretty cool, and a high chance of performing a crit. He launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack, and then he also has a great chance of evading the enemy's attack, including super attack. He will also launch another additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack within the same turn after evading an attack, and that's an additional chance of performing a crit and chance of evading enemy's attack plus 10% within the same turn with each attack evaded. He will also guarantee evade the enemy's attack on the next attacking turn every time he evades 3 attacks in battle. So to really talk about Hirudegarn and to understand him as a unit, you need to understand that firstly, Hirudegarn's great. He has built-in crit, he has built-in additionals, and he has built-in evasion. Okay, that's not conditional. So in his first form, he has high chance of critting for the first 5 turns, he has a 70% evasion chance, and he also has 1 built-in additional attack. Okay, obviously that's depending on whether he evades, but that's fine. In his second form, in his perfect form, he has 70% chance to dodge, he has 50% crit chance in the first slot. Okay, he then has a 70% chance of firing an additional. So he's got all 3 baked in. In terms of Hirudegarn, a big thing is if he does not have evasion, if he's in an event where evasion is disabled, Hirudegarn is relying entirely on his raw defense. Now his raw defense is not bad. We're talking about a unit that can have a start of turn defense of 400k after merely 2 or 3 super attacks. And that 400k very quickly becomes 700k, which becomes 800k when he fires a super attack, especially in his perfect form. The big thing is even that's not enough. A lot of times you'll be running events whereby bosses will be able to hit pretty hard. Hirudegarn's not going to, blow up anyone defensively. He's not going to be able to soak in big super attacks from raw defense alone. Maybe in events where he can stack for an incredibly long period of time. 100% Hirudegarn is also very different to 55%. A Big Red Bosses link leveled Hirudegarn is also very different to a 55% baseline Hirudegarn. So there is definitely a huge, I want to say, difference between the power levels, obviously of a 55% with no link levels to even a 55% with link levels, and then with dupes, etc. All of this is very important. Hirudegarn's raw defense at 55% is not necessarily enough. His evasion makes him almost impervious. Well, it is. If an event has evasion, Hirudegarn basically can't be hit. Once he gets that initial evasion in perfect form, it's basically game over, because he's just going to continue to evade, build up his evasion chance, then guarantee another evasion, which will push him to 80%, which will then give him another evasion. You see what I mean? It just becomes an endless cycle of him evading, which makes him insane. Now, when you disable that, he is noticeably going to drop down in terms of effective defensive value, and that's okay. It's not the end of the world. Just bring him on evasion events, and you can still bring him on events where evasion is disabled. You just have to understand you probably need to stack him. Now, the big thing is his offense. So in his base form, his offense isn't huge. 5-6 million is very good by today's standards. I mean, it's still solid, but realistically, his offense kicks in his second form. In his perfect form, that's where you're seeing the 9, the 10 million attack stats. With big bad bosses, you're seeing above 10 million very consistently. You're also getting the crit chance, so you're getting big crit chance. We're talking 50% base, then 60%, then 70% with evasions. Very, very good. So when he transforms, his offense becomes Goku levels. Goku's different in that Goku's offense starts out tremendously, but Goku has no way of really having a high start of turn based defense. Not a bad start of turn based defense, but not a high one. Whereas Hirudegarn's different. Hirudegarn can have 600k defense whilst also firing 13-14 million attack stats and evading everything. So if you consider that a bad unit, I don't know what to say to you. I do think Hirudegarn is fantastic, and I do think I believe he fits on the 9th anniversary teams. If I'm not mistaken, I do believe he fits on the 9th anniversary teams, or he can fit. Yeah, he does fit on the 9th. So he does fit onto the 9th anniversary LR's teams. So something for him is not a loss. He's a great unit. He fits on some really powerful teams. He'll fit on Movie Bosses is probably the only extreme team that frequently gets updated. Or at least stays comparable in strength, to a certain degree. So Hirudegarn should stay good. He also can link with himself. So if you get one Hirudegarn, you can just link him up with the friend Hirudegarn when it transforms, and just have this crazy evasion team. Just this crazy, constantly evading team of Hirudegarns, which, I don't know, sounds pretty fun to me. He also shares perfect links with himself, so yeah. It seems pretty cool. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I think, if I have to say anything about Hirudegarn, I think if you get him, even at 55%, he is going to be a great pickup. I think you're going to get a lot of value out of him. I think he's going to really elevate your teams. He will be able to solo a lot of content. He's going to be the perfect kind of tank, utility, damage, just everything. So, don't take it from me, but I think Hirudegarn is fantastic, and at 55%, I think he's well worth it. If you've managed to pick him up, you've managed to pick up one of the top extreme units in the game, and a unit that should age pretty well. Outside of events that disable evasion, he's going to be consistently good in anything where he can dodge. If he can dodge, he can get it done. In terms of build, additional and evasion, I guess, probably for the best. But yeah. That's it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, take care and bye.